Welcome to the deep dive, where we really get into the source material you send us. Could be research papers, author notes, anything really, and pull out the key stuff. Today, we're unpacking probably one of the biggest love stories from the last, few decades, The Notebook.
Yeah, we've got a great mix of sources here. Novel excerpts, reading guides, even notes straight from Nicholas Sparks himself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so our goal, our mission, if you like, is to look at this kind of surprising dual thing going on. You've got the main story, Noah and Allie, the passion, finding love, losing it, getting it back.
The classic arc.
Right, but then there's this whole other layer, this meta story about how Sparks actually put it all together, how he kind of engineered it for maximum emotional impact. It's fascinating.
So heart meets almost market strategy, calculation.
Something like that, yeah. It's a really interesting mix.
Okay, well, we have to start with those famous opening lines.
Right.
They just set everything up. The narrator says, I am nothing special. Of this I am sure. I am a common man with common thoughts. But I've loved another with all my heart and soul, and to me, this has always been enough.
And that last bit has always been enough.
Yeah.
That tells you so much straight away. It's not just about falling in love.
Yeah.
It's about the effort, the sometimes painful commitment, to keep that love going.
Yeah, and the present day story really hammers that home. We see this elderly man, Noah. He's all bundled up against the cold in some kind of facility.
Right, reading from this notebook.
Reading aloud to Allie, the woman he loves, but she has Alzheimer's. She's lost.
And it's not just reading for comfort, is it? It's built on this belief, this almost desperate hope that miracles are real and can occur without regard to the natural order of things.
He's literally trying to will a miracle every day. It really sets that tone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hope fighting against, forgetting, oblivion.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Let's look at the foundation of that hope, the man himself, Noah. We jump back in the story, 1946. Noah's 31.
Yeah, he's presented as this, like you said, common man. Like simple things, nature, reading Walt Whitman.
Yep.
Misses his dad, lives with his dog, Clem, who has 3 legs.
Right, very grounded. But the key thing, I think, is what he's building.
Oh, definitely. The house. He's restoring this huge old plantation home from like 1772 in New Bern, North Carolina.
And he didn't just put a bit of money into it. The sources say he used pretty much all his savings from World War II.
His entire back pay, yeah. He poured his whole life into making this symbol, taking this rundown old place and making it beautiful again. A beacon, really.
And that beacon, that house, is what eventually brings Allie back, right, when she sees it in the paper.
Exactly. But we need to go back even further first, to that initial spark, that first summer.
Ah, yes, the tornado wind.
Right. Allie's visiting New Bern. Her dad worked for R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco company. She has these striking emerald eyes, and their connection isn't described as gentle or slow. It's immediate, chaotic.
Or whirlwind. He teaches her fishing. She teaches him the waltz.
They lose their virginity together one night in August. It's intense, but then...
The crash. The class thing. Her parents just couldn't accept Noah.
Nope. Too poor, they said. Different social caste. So after just 3 weeks, she has to leave. And the book says she took a piece of him and the rest of summer with her. Just devastating.
But Noah, his devotion is something else. 14 years go by. He fights in the war, works scrap metal up in New Jersey, and he never stops writing her letters, even though she never writes back. What keeps him going, do the sources say?
Yeah, his best friend Gus kind of nails it. Gus tells him basically, Allie was your first love, and no matter what you do, she'll stay with you forever.
Wow, so it's like an acceptance. This love fundamentally changed him.
Exactly, it's part of him now. And that house he rebuilds, it's not just fixing up a building. It's like he's building it for her memory, for the Allie who never really left his mind. A monument.
Okay, so then Allie sees the newspaper article about this amazing restored house. And the ghost, like you said, becomes real again.
Right. And by this point, 1946, she's engaged. DeLon Hammond Jr.
Mr. Perfect on paper.
Totally. Handsome, rich, successful lawyer. Comes from cotton money, old Southern power. He represents stability, security, everything her parents probably wanted.
But she sees the article, and she has to go. She even lies to Lon, says she's going antique shopping.
And the reunion.
Yeah.
It's instant, no hesitation. They just embrace, and it's like those 14 years just vanish. Dissolve is the word used.
And they spend 2 days together, right? And it's all framed by this intense nature stuff.
Oh, yeah, very deliberately. The canoe trip.
The swans, thousands of them.
Yeah, tundra swans, Canada geese. It's wild, untamed nature all around them. A real contrast to Lon's world.
And then it culminates with them making love by the fire during a huge storm.
Exactly. The landscape mirrors their feelings. It's powerful, chaotic, maybe even dangerous, like their love itself. Fundamentally different from the safe, structured life Lon offers.
Which brings us right to that core conflict, doesn't it? The crossroads. Allie has to choose passion or pragmatism, Noah or Lon.
And Lon,
Yeah.
he's interesting because he's not portrayed as a bad guy.
Not at all. He's diligent, focused on details, successful. He's the safe choice. But he's not stupid. When Allie calls him, something feels off.
Right. He eventually remembers something Allie's mother said ages ago, dismissively, about her puppy love with some boy in New Bern.
And he gets scared. He realizes what he might lose.
Yeah, the sources say he admits he loves Allie, finds her beautiful, charming. She's his stability. But he's genuinely afraid of losing her. So he drives down there himself.
Ready to fight for her, willing to do anything it took to keep her. He's offering this responsible, grown-up love.
But for Allie, it's deeper than just choosing between two men, isn't it? It's about who she is.
Yes. She tells her mother she loves Lon Shirt dearly, but in a different way. She knows something's missing, that passion and romance.
And here's a crucial detail the sources emphasize. Her painting.
Ah, yes. She'd stopped painting.
Because her parents, her wealthy background, basically told her it wasn't proper for someone like her to be an artist professionally.
So Lon's world, the stable world, supports her social standing, but kind of ignores or even suppresses her artistic self, her passion.
Exactly. But Noah, the common man, he sees her talent. He believes in her as an artist. He validates that core part of her that Lon's world doesn't.
So the choice isn't just Noah versus Lon. It's Allie the artist versus Allie the socialite. The woman she is versus the woman society expects.
Precisely. Noah offers love, yes, but he also offers her herself back.
That's powerful.
It is. And when she finally makes the choice, she gives Noah a drawing. It's of his face, his current face with scars and all, and the house he restored. And she calls him the man she'd once fallen in love with.
So she's choosing the man he is now, the one who built that monument to their commitment, not just the memory of the boy from the summer.
Exactly that. It's a mature choice for the enduring love, not just the initial spark.
And Lon, how does he react, Mr. Pragmatic?
Amazingly well, actually, like a true gentleman. When Allie tells him, he just says Noah is a lucky man. Simple as that.
Wow. Structure yields to the force of nature.
You could say that. Which, tragically, brings us full circle. Back to the present day. The notebook.
And we find out why Noah is reading it.
Yeah. It turns out Allie herself wrote the story. Before the Alzheimer's got bad, she wrote it for Noah to read to her later.
Oh, my God.
Her hope, her last instruction, almost, was that maybe, in some way, I will realize it's about us.
She tried to engineer her own miracle before she got lost.
She did. And the sources say, sometimes it works. Those moments of lucidity, when she suddenly remembers him, remembers their love, the doctors can't explain it.
But for Noah, it's everything. It's proof. It makes him feel like they're falling in love all over again.
Those fleeting moments, yeah. Before the disease, that thief of hearts and souls and memories takes her again. It's heartbreaking, but also kind of beautiful.
Okay, now this next part, this is where it gets really mind-bending for me. We've just talked about this incredibly moving, passionate story. But the author's notes, the stuff from Sparse himself, they reveal a different side. That this wasn't just some spontaneous burst of inspiration. It was constructed, intentional.
Yeah, this is that duality we mentioned at the start. How much is pure emotion? How much is, well, strategy?
So what did the notes say? Where did the idea even come from?
Well, the core inspiration sounds incredibly genuine. It came from his wife's grandparents. They apparently had this truly magical relationship that lasted over 60 years. So that emotional truth is there right at the foundation.
Okay, that makes sense. That feels real.
But then the process of writing it was much more deliberate. The sources say Sparks actually researched the market. He consciously decided he wanted to write a love story.
Okay. Researching the market for a love story, and then?
And this is the really strategic part, he chose Alzheimer's, which was apparently big in the news then, to be the narrative vehicle.
Vehicle. What does that mean in this context?
It means Allie's illness wasn't just a sad detail added for emotion. It was a structural choice, a tool. designed specifically to create the level of tragedy he felt a quality love story needed.
Whoa, okay, so the disease itself serves a narrative purpose beyond just being tragic.
Exactly. Think about it. Alzheimer's forces the story into this loop. It constantly resets their relationship, strips away all the years, the complications.
And allows that pure initial passion to keep resurfacing.
Right. The tragedy becomes the engine for them to fall in love again and again. It makes Noah's daily reading ritual meaningful, necessary even. It ensures the love story is always active, always being fought for.
That's incredibly clever structurally, and it explains why it resonates so much, even though it's so painful to think about.
It wasn't just the Alzheimer's vehicle either. The book itself was apparently designed for wide appeal.
How so?
The sources point to a couple of things. Its length, it's pretty short, right? People could read it in 1 or 2 sittings. Very accessible for busy readers.
Okay, makes sense.
And also the content. It's very tasteful. Avoid swearing. The love scene is described as mild and tasteful. Nothing too controversial.
So accessible emotion, carefully packaged.
Pretty much, that seems to be the idea.
It's such a contrast, isn't it? That wild tornado wind love story delivered in such a controlled, almost calculated package.
Really is. And Sparks' own writing philosophy kind of fits this universal appeal idea. He says he absolutely believes true love exists.
Right.
But when he writes about experiences he hasn't had himself, like being old or having Alzheimer's, he works from an assumption. He assumes that most people, male or female, young or old, have largely the same types of thoughts, and the difference is just their perspective.
So he's aiming for universal human experiences. Love, loss, commitment, validation.
Exactly. And by tapping into those universal feelings, using that personal inspiration from the grandparents, but then shaping it with a really effective structural vehicle, like Alzheimer's.
He hit a nerve globally.
He really did. It's that combination that seems to be the key.
Okay, so if we try and synthesize all this, wrap it up. The Notebook is this fascinating blend. You've got the raw, passionate, identity-affirming love of Noah and Allie.
Constantly set against the stable, maybe slightly stifling pragmatism of Lon.
Right. And the whole thing is wrapped up in this narrative structure, the reading, the memory loss, that wasn't just random, it was intentionally crafted for maximum emotional punch.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway, though, comes back to that relentless commitment. Noah reading that notebook every single day.
The sources even include discussion questions, right? One asks, what does Noah's devotion suggest about marriage?
And based on everything we've seen, the suggestion seems to be that real, lasting love isn't just a one-time choice you make.
No, it's continuous.
It's an ongoing, maybe even irrational decision to keep choosing your partner, to keep courting them every single day, even when things are hard, even when they seem lost to you.
Like Noah does, literally trying to win Allie back from the disease moment by moment. The tragedy enables the perpetual romance.
Exactly. It becomes the stage for it.
So the final thought for you, listening. If you take that perspective, Noah's perspective, that love is this active daily choice, what relationship in your own life could use that?
Could be a marriage, sure, but maybe a friendship.
Yeah.
Or even a passion project, something creative you've let slide.
Yeah. What could benefit from being courted again, approached with that same energy as if it were the very first time?
Because maybe the real magic isn't just in the initial spark. Maybe it's in the grit, the tenacity, the daily decision to remember why you started in the first place.